I wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my Astro family. This is your August 2020 horoscope, and things are getting interesting again. The war of the planets is beginning. The big players, Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto, will hold a difficult square aspect in the sky for almost 2 months, starting from the middle of August. Things will heat up around the world. I expect riots, I expect rebellions, I expect clashes between governments and people, and things might get quite violent. But on the personal level, we're gonna look now how it's going to affect you in the personal level, and I'll give you suggestions and remedies. So don't worry. Personally, everyone usually has higher vibration than collectively, so we can do much better with those challenging aspects. Plus, there is a huge cosmic release of karma in certain area of your life where things are completing and ending. We'll talk about that. The galactic center aligns with the planet of karma, huge things. But before I start, I just wanted to let you know that my first book, my first electronic book, is out. It's about the planetary aspects in the natal horoscopes interpretation. Say if you're born when Jupiter was conjunct the Sun or square Venus or whatever, all those explanations are there. I wrote it with my teacher over. It took us 1 year, so it's now discounted for the first 2 weeks. Whoever orders it, it's very affordable price, so I'm excited. My first ever book. And also we're doing a webinar on August the 13th with Krasi, how to interpret your Babylonian horoscope, how to interpret your natal horoscope according to the ancient method. It's going to be 5-6 hours, very practical. We'll work with personal charts of the people there. We will give we'll read personal lives and examples, so it's gonna be very hands-on. So now let's begin with August 2020. Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's start with the harder news. 45 days to 50 days of hard aspects between Mars, Saturn, Jupiter, Pluto. Fortunately, they're not affecting you directly, your sign or the opposite sign, but they are still affecting your 11th house and 8th house. So you can start seeing, especially from the middle of August, some tension in those areas of life. The 11th house is friendships, for example. You can find out that your relationships, your social connections, even if it's not friends that you know very well, might be someone on your social media, on your Facebook or Instagram, on some groups that you're a member of, some learning groups or some groups of interest online. Nowadays, barely anyone meets in real life. And you can start feeling a lot of tension there, especially ideological tension. The 11th house is ideological. That you can start noticing in your social environment very warlike, angry people. Or you might yourself feel quite motivated to take participation in social movements, to defend or to fight for some social activism of some sort. The 11th house rules all of those things. And you can find yourself joining forces with like-minded people, but it might also get a bit dangerous or too tense because you feel very strongly about those belief systems. You're going to start feeling very strongly about those social activities, those social trends that are coming. And you can notice, but Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto from the 8th house of power struggles, and other people's values are squaring this Mars. So there will be a clash, and it might even be, for some of them, it might be even, try not to, if you're going protesting and things like that, try to be safe. That's one thing I would say, because you might find yourself in really hot situations, or the people that you're involved with, they can become a bit too rambunctious, too rebellious, too, it can put you in some trouble, your friends and like-minded people and social groups, and you can find yourself fighting with them as well, so that's something to be careful about. But you're very passionate, almost to the end of the year, about what's happening on the collective level in society. This is the 11th house, but power struggles emerge because of that. But also this Mars is breaking those new excitement that you're entering yourself into with new groups of people, with very likely new social connections, new acquaintances are appearing in your life. But Mars is enemy of Saturn in your 8th house of trauma, so it's going to be breaking through and releasing some of your old trauma. Funny enough, even though it might not feel connected, these new people that appear in your life, these social connections, these participations in social groups and social activities of any sorts, um, uh, they will have some kind of very triggering effect on you, especially on your subconscious, where the trauma is stored of the 8th house, and especially where 8th house is also conspiracy theories. 8th house is connected to where Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter are, to looking underneath the surface. So these can really egg each other on to push you into actions. You seeing like an x-ray that something's not right, you're smelling a fish. It might be you're smelling a fish in society as a whole, because those planets in the 8th house square the 11th of society. And you're like, something's not right, and you want to do something about it. So this can create some tension. It sounds more ideological overall, but there is. It's almost like your inner warrior is arising and is awakening, and it's confronting the dark secrets of this 8th house. And while you're doing it maybe for the collective, this is also unlocking and unblocking some of your trauma, some of your pain from past lifetimes, some of the dark things that you experience, the 8th house, that are starting to come to the surface, and your engagement with other people, or your social activism even, or participation in social groups, is awakening this, and it's bubbling. And hopefully by the end of this process you'll be released from a lot of trauma, of some sort as well. But I just want to warn you, because both of those houses, the 8th and the 11th, are financial houses from the middle of August almost till the middle of October, or even November. Be careful financially. 8th house is connected, some say, to stock markets, to your investments, to mutual funds where you keep your pension, for example, 401k, where you put your taxes. If you have stocks in some mutual funds and stuff like that, or you and your partner's money, business, personal. And the 11th house is your income. It's basically the salary you get, anything, any profits that you're making. So there is tension there. I don't know how exactly it's going to manifest, but the situation might get a little bit tense when it comes to finances for you. And I would advise you not to take risks. And also the 11th house is, you'll be quite driven with Mars there towards pursuing new profitable ventures. Mars gives you the drive, but you might encounter some obstacles from this 8th house, Saturn, Jupiter. Saturn is bureaucracy, institution, government rules and stuff like that. So you might have to be, when it comes to your profit and money, and gains, you have to be battling it out, or proceeding with a lot of caution and a lot of obstacles to overcome, and loopholes that are coming from government institutions, or 8th house, taxes, or partners, resources, or resources that you source out from other places that might be creating some tension there. So interesting. Let's see. But no financial from the middle of August almost till the middle of November, actually, I'll tell you, to while Mars is retrograde, not to take such risks. Okay. And what else is there? Oh yes, there is a new moon that is going to happen in your 3rd house, Gemini, in August. So it's on the 18th of August, but it's active even a week before that, and it's active 2 weeks after that. So a big part of August, there is an increased flow of information for you. Your 3rd house is activated. Information, it's your house. So you're going to be connecting with more people. Again, another social house here. You see, this will be a very social month, where you'll be very passionate, and it's all in fire in your horoscopes. Communications, that's why you're so passionate about communications. You'll be very passionate about new opinions, about reading. There'll be a renewed interest in some topic, or a new topic that appears, especially from around the 18th or after that, even before that, in your life. And again, new people can appear, new contacts, new associates can appear. And it can happen online or it can happen in life. And you can start some project with a small group of people. Maybe at your work, they might say, at the end of August, you have to do some small team project together. Or you can start some writing project or speaking project with this new moon, because it's also with Mercury. It's with you. Actually, that's a very important new moon for you guys, because Mercury, the planet that rules you, is part of this new moon. New moon is new beginnings. So, oh yeah, so there you go, some new powerful beginning. This Mercury, new moon meets the sun and the moon in the sky on the same day. There is a new moon. New moon is when the sun and the moon are having sex, to create something new, and you're there watching, and you're like, okay, what's gonna come out of that? So it might not be immediate, but within 9 to 18 months, something will happen in August that you are part of, that brings a new beginning for you. It's especially connected maybe to business, which is Mercury, that you're personally involved with a personal project, with some skill of yours, some writing or speaking project, some marketing, advertising project, or something connected with third house, maybe with some short trip, for example, or trips, or something new that comes with commercial activities, the third house, or some new skill that you're getting involved and you personally interested in, passionate about, and you want to learn some new skills around that time. Or third house, as I said, is some new project connected with relatives, with brothers, with siblings in your neighborhood, in your local community, or with teammates, workmates, in some small work group as well. This third house rules so many things. So active, busy, you're busy bee. You might just find yourself that you're kind of constantly buzzing around, going here, there, having to uh, find some new daily routine and practice. The third house is your everyday routines and daily activities, new routes of some sort, new plans that you're making, but ideas will come to you, ideas and associates and connections as well. And another thing that's happening, the galactic center is activated. The galactic center is the start of it all, where we all come from. It's kind of like a cosmic furnace that burns everything and gives it a new beginning. And the south node of karma is passing there in your seventh house of relationships. Great. This happens once every 19 years, guys. So there is the opportunity and possibility to release some big karma for you when it comes to relationships. The south node is all the, especially in Sagittarius, is all the old beliefs and all the kind of old wounds and experience that we carry, like a cross. And when the south node passes through the middle of the galactic center in your seventh house of relationship, that this galactic center can say, "Ooh, I'll light the match and burn this cross." And it can happen though through some kind of tumultuous event when it comes to your relationships, personal, business. It might be like a releasing of outdated beliefs when it comes to relationships, when it comes to uh, contract agreements. You can be relieved from some contract and agreement that has played out its role. And something from the past, a person from the past as well, I think can come, because the south node is connected with the past. Unfinished business, past lifetime or earlier from this lifetime, unfinished business with someone. So it can be almost like purified through this galactic center. So it can be seen from a higher perspective, and you can be released from that burden. And it's to make space, for something new there. So it's relationship karma ending and being and again, as I said, it can happen through some crisis as well. So I can't tell specifically for everyone. And last but not least, Venus is in your second house for a big part of the month. So this is where some good things can come to you. It's very fast, it flies by, but some good food, enjoying the five senses, maybe getting a good massage, pampering yourself more. The fifth house is the five senses, the enjoying the material things, So a little bit like a luxurious bath, or do your nails, or go buy some nice clothes, these are the things that you can enjoy for a little bit, and you can have for a little bit. It is connected to family as well, the second house, and feeling a bit more secure there. And you can gain or acquire something beautiful. Uh, and again, it is money, the second house, so money can come to you. But as I said, just be very careful towards the end, from the third week of August, and especially with the tough aspects between Mars and those planets that are also in financial houses. It doesn't mean don't do anything new in regards to finances and resources. It means that you have hoops to overcome, so just be prepared for that. Thank you so much, Gemini, and I will see you next month. Do join us for our webinar on August the 13th, how to read your Babylonian or ancient astrology horoscope. It's a practical lesson. And check out my new book,